courtesy to tonight's performers, flash photography and videos are prohibited. Also, in case of an emergency, exits are to the left, right, and rear of the auditorium. And oh, by the way, something we didn't have to say 75 years ago, please turn off all cell phones. Amherst Central High School, 75 years old. I don't know why I'm frightened. I know my way around here. The stage, the lights, familiar sights, the sound here. Yes, the world to rediscover, but to keep my heart from pounding, I may need a moment. The whispered conversations in overcrowded hallways. As always, can't replace the feeling of the magic in the music. Why everything's as if we never said goodbye. Oh, that is. As I recall on this stage 37 years ago, I probably made about the same kind of mistake. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 75th anniversary musical tribute here at Amherst High School. This stage saw a lot of people. My name is Tom McCray. I graduated in 1968 from this great school. And I'm also known locally as Tom Donahue on radio stations around Buffalo and currently on KB Radio 1520 with Danny Neverth every morning. And so it's nice to be here, and I'm happy to be one of the MCs. We're going to take you on a musical journey. The performers you're going to see tonight are just a small sampling of literally the hundreds of young people that participated in shows on this stage. As a matter of fact, just with some applause, how many of you participated in some kind of stage production or band or orchestra on this stage? But now to take us on this journey, not only myself, but I have two other cohorts to help me. My first one is Larry Norton. Larry Norton, a graduate of 1974 from Amherst. And while at Amherst, Larry started cutting his teeth for his radio work, working at the school radio station, and did the morning announcements on television, as I did. As a matter of fact, I more or less started that radio station back in 1967. In his senior year, he had the title role of Finian in Finian's Rainbow. And while at college at Buff State, worked at WYSL Radio, WPHD, and then 97 Rock, where he's been for the last 25 years. Larry has raised, by the way, over $1 million for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Larry Norton.
A glowing introduction for an average student. Boy. And you're in luck tonight because I will not be singing. Tom sings wonderfully. You might not know it, Finian's Rainbow, not a very well-known show. Fred Astaire was in the movie and in the show. Finian does not sing. That is not by chance, I think, that I had a chance to play that role. Finian does not sing, and you will not hear me attempt to sing. But I had great times on this stage in shows like Oklahoma and Fiddler on the Roof. You'll hear a few songs from that tonight. And also Finian's Rainbow as well. Some of our classmates are here from the class of 74. And what a great time this was. School, as Tom said, the morning announcements, radio, television, this is where it all started. I met my wife here. And the love of theater for me began when in 4th grade I saw the show Brigadoon right here. We would come over from Harlan Road Elementary School, all the elementary schools. Amherst is so much of a better school, and we're so much better people because of the music programs here. When I saw that show in 4th grade, I was just amazed. And I always went to the shows, and I vowed that when I got here, I'd have a chance to be in the shows. Thankfully, I always was. And now I've passed on that love of theater to my children. My daughter, I just took her back to school in New York City. She wants to go into theater, and I'm convinced it's because of the start we had here at Amherst, where we learned to appreciate music and theater. So we'll have some fun tonight. I've said enough. We've got some great people who really can sing tonight, right, Tom?
Absolutely. The next person I want to introduce, another person that will be helping to MC tonight's program, is Doug Wilson from the class of 1984. Doug went to Colgate University, where he received a BA in English and psychology and sang with Colgate 13. Then moved to New York City. He worked for MTV and then Comedy Central. He produced Bill Maher's Politically Incorrect for 8 years. He was nominated for 6 Emmy Awards. He had a deal with 20th Century Fox Television and produced a series for PBS. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Doug Wilson.
Well, I guess I'm supposed to say something. I think it's important to know that those 6 Emmys I was nominated for, I lost all of them. That's important to know. I also don't sing. I had one great non-singing part, and that was it. So we won't sing. And yeah, I mean, I agree that Amherst started me on the road. I was a little tot, seeing a lot. I saw Phineas Rainbow, in fact. And the Seth must have been you. With my mom and dad wedding. Yeah. I saw all of them. Came from Harlem Road School.
Thank God that guy's not singing.
I remember it distinctly. There were just disturbing things in it. People change colors, don't they? Anybody? It's disturbing to a small child. But I'm not so good. The love of theater and the arts is a good thing for a kid. My parents don't think so. So, but at any rate, back to you.
But now let me introduce a person who does sing. Our first performer tonight is from the class of 1994. Got a BFA in theater performance from the University of Michigan. Has performed in productions and toured both the U.S. and Europe, and has made TV appearances as well. Matt toured Europe with Andrew Lloyd Webber's Jesus Christ Superstar. He was King Arthur, if you remember, in Camelot his junior year here, and played Billy Bigelow in Carousel his senior year at Amherst High School. It is my pleasure to introduce a man that, well, when my daughter first saw him, and she was here at the time, said, oh, there's this great guy, and you should see him play the role of King Arthur. He's awesome, she said. And indeed, I agree. Ladies and gentlemen, Matt Witten.
That was something, dude. Take a break. Take a break. I'm here now to introduce Kari Scofield Becker from the class of '89. I'll tell you a little bit about Kari. Kari got her master's in social work from the University of Buffalo. She works for Erie One BOCES now. She has directed and performed at Kaminoki, which I've been told I'm pronouncing correctly, Art Park, and Niagara Regional Theater. She lives in North Buffalo with her husband Chris, and get this, he just got back from 14 months in Iraq, which I think deserves a break. While here in Amherst, Kari played Marion in The Music Man, Marion the Librarian, and Laurie in Oklahoma, both better roles than any part I had while at Amherst. In fact, this evening's really a cavalcade of people who had better roles than I was ever given. I'm not done yet. I'm almost done. Kari's older sister, Lindy, almost dated me. I think it's more, I almost dated Lindy is really more the way it is. Very cute. Not as cute as Kari, but still. Here she is to perform from Showboat, Can't Help Lovin' That Man, Kari Scofield. first scene change. Catch that? That went well. I made that happen. I am now here to introduce three fellas: Seth Horan, Josh Horan, and Jeremy Horan. Three guys with the same last name, which I find suspicious. Seth from the class of 92, Josh from the class of 96, and Jeremy from the class of 99, which means they're substantially younger than I am. I don't like them already. Seth went to the University of Miami. He was a member of the multi-platinum RCA band Vertical Horizons, and I have one of their albums. So he and I are like close, tight. He now has a solo career as a bassist, singer-songwriter. He's released 3 albums. He lives in Reno, Nevada, which I've already questioned him about at great length. And here at Amherst, he played Alfred P. Doolittle in My Fair Lady. His brother Josh got his BS at Carnegie Mellon, where both my mother-in-law and father-in-law went. That's interesting. That's not actually. He's now finishing his PhD in organic chemistry at Stanford. I don't know what that means, but I think it means he's smart. Pretty much he's smart. Here at Amherst, he played the King in The King and I. And lastly, little brother Jeremy, and I'm sure he likes hearing that, got his BS from Ithaca College. He works in advertising. McCann Erickson, he tells me, which is a big, important advertising agency in New York City. Here at Amherst, he was curling in Oklahoma. All 3 brothers, better roles than me. But it's the last you're seeing of me now for a while, so my self-pity is coming to a close. Singing Fugue for Tinhorns from Guys and Dolls, the Horan brothers. Come on up, fellas.
Announcement to make. Those guys who were caught smoking in the front U, please report to Jake Shaver's office immediately. Our next performer is Kerstin Stewart Maiullo from the class of 1980. Kerstin received her BA of Music Performance and Education from Ithaca and an MA in Science and Education and Counseling from Niagara University. The runner-up for the Miss New York State in 85 and 86 and has performed all over the US and Europe and currently lives in New Jersey. Kerstin's accompanist is her husband, David. Kerstin, by the way, appeared as Minnie Fay in Hello, Dolly, her junior year, and as Sarah Braun in Guys and Dolls, her senior year. And by the way, Kerstin and her family just 2 days ago were in Prague, Czechoslovakia. So we welcome them here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, Kerstin Stewart Maiullo.
The chandeliers are still up there. What a voice. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Well, our maker, Missy, all right, very nice. Give her another hand. That was amazing. Our next performer is Chris Wietig. He's a member of the class of 2000, our most recently graduated performer, if you will. He went on to Fredonia and got to be there in vocal performance. He will soon be attending UB for his MBA. He was, of course, in many shows in college, but it all started here on the stage at Amherst when he was Will Parker in Oklahoma as a junior, and then he played Tevye in Fiddler on the Roof when he was a senior. And tonight he'll be singing "Oh What a Beautiful Morning" from Oklahoma, Chris Wietig.
Educator Emeritus Award. 2 years ago, the school district and the Emeritus Alumni Foundation came together to establish a new award. This award is in honor of an educator who has been held in the highest regard for his or her contributions to students while at Amherst. This includes all the schools, the high school, the middle school, and the 4 elementary schools. Last year, our first recipient was Don Munson. This year, we have selected 2 recipients. The first recipient is the late Schweickhard, the first principal of Amherst Central High School. He was principal from 1930 to 1961. He set high standards for students, which continues today. This year, this high school, the entire school district, was ranked number 4 in the entire Western New York region for both the Buffalo News and Business First magazines. Our second recipient is Walter Reitz. We all know Walter, and I was on the stage back in the early 70s, but I wasn't as good as the rest of them. I was in the chorus. Today you can see Walter on the stage conducting the Amherst Male Glee Club, among other things. Okay, today. Walter, would you like to come up and receive your award? The award for this is a hand-blown tiger.
Thank you very, very much. When the name Philip Schweickhard was mentioned, it brought me back instantaneously to 1948, when during the summer I appeared in front of Mr. Schweickhard to get his approval to begin teaching at Amherst in the fall of '48. And I want to tell you, I've enjoyed every single year, and I'm enjoying tonight the best of all. Thank you very much.
I want to know, how come I got older and he didn't? I have less hair and what I have is grayer than him, and he was our teacher. So, I don't know how that happens. Our next performer was from the class of 1959, and you're in for a real treat. Elaine Braun received her BFA in Music Education from the University of Buffalo and a Master of Music in Music Education from the University of Western Ontario. She has taught and played French horn in orchestras and been the manager of the BPO and now lives in Erie, PA, where she's Director of Operations for the Erie Philharmonic Chorus. She was the lead in Desert Song, but tonight she'll be singing Adelaide's Lament from Guys and Dolls, Elaine Braun.
postnasal drip with the wheezes and the sneezes and the sinus that's really up. From a lack of community property and a feeling she's getting too old. A person can develop a big, big cold.
All right, moving right along here, a few more performers, and we're getting to the finale with the class of 74. Yes. Our next singer is Neal Hamlin. He was from the class of 64. Large family here, apparently. He's a graduate of Oberlin Conservatory of Music. While he was a grad student at University of Buffalo, you might have seen around the halls here, he's actually a faculty member for a while here at Amherst. Today he's the music director and choir master at Hyde Park Community United Methodist Church in Cincinnati, Ohio. But here at Amherst, he played Little Abner. And tonight he'll be singing The Impossible Dream from the man of LaMancha. Please welcome Neal Hamlin to the stage.
Just a word to Walter Reitz. I think on behalf of many of us, we just want to say thank you for not only inspiring us to higher heights, but also in succession, helping us to inspire our children. And there are some of us now who are watching our children inspire our grandchildren. And those seeds come from you.
To dream the impossible dream, to fight the unbeatable foe, to bear with unbearable sorrow, to run where the brave cannot go, to right the unrightable wrong, to love pure and chaste from afar, to try when your arms are too weary, to reach the unreachable star. This is my quest, to follow that star, no matter how hopeless, no matter how far, to fight for the right without question or pause, to be willing to march into hell for a heavenly cause. And I know if I'll only be true to this glorious quest, that my heart will lie peaceful and calm when I lay to my rest. And the world will be better for this, that one man, scorned and covered with scars, still strove with his last ounce of courage to reach the unreachable star.
Just off somebody we haven't thanked. It's funny, you look at the program, and it's usually people on stage get all the attention, but the stage crew is not. They also are all alumni. David Hom, class of 75, I believe, his crew. He's been running back and forth, up on the spotlight to back here, up and forth back, so something's never ever changed. So let's hear it for our stage crew. singers, and I say singers because it's our only duet of the evening, a father-daughter act, if you will. Kimberly McCray Gabel was in the class of 95. She got her master's from Buff State. 95, one person from 95, that's it? She got her master's from Buff State, is now married and lives in Kenmore, but started performing here at Amherst as a Music Man when she was in the 5th grade. As was often the case, kids get called up to play the younger roles. Well, she'll be singing with her dad, our other MC, Tom McCray, also known as Tom Donahue, from KB Radio. I grew up listening to him, so I don't want to hear him. He's a member of the class of 68, got his master's, 68. Gotta give everybody their shot. Got his master's from UB, is now an associate professor of communications at Buff State, my alma mater. But he played Papa Yoder in Plain and Fancy right here. And his voice is, he still sings with Mr. Reitz in the Glee Club. He's always had a great voice. And tonight he'll be singing a duet with his daughter. I'll let them surprise you with it. But Kim and Tom, if you come up, please. Let's hear it for them.
Help and guidance, I probably wouldn't be here tonight. And I can remember my junior year in 1967, Walter sending out kind of a help because they needed extra boys for carousel that year. And so I said, hey, I think I might like to do that because up to that point I'd been playing baritone horn with Dr. Caruso down in the junior high school and Mr. Krestig here at the high school and never thought of singing. And so thank you, Mr. Reitz. I really appreciate it. And now, we're going to sing a song that was made famous by another father-daughter act, Frank Sinatra and Nancy Sinatra. A song called Somethin' Stupid. And we thought, well, what kind of a song is that? But it's a cute song. And I think, by the way, I ain't no dummy, I got the words this time. Stand in line until you think you have the time to spend an evening with me. And if we go someplace to dance, I know that there's a chance you won't be leaving with me. Then afterwards we drop into a quiet little place and have a drink or two. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I can see it in your eyes that you despise the same old lies you heard the night before. And though it's just a line to you, for me it's true and never seemed so right before. I practice every day to find some clever lines to say to make the meaning come through. But then I think I'll wait until the evening gets late and I'm alone with you. The time is right, your perfume fills my head, the stars get red and all the night's so blue. And then I go and spoil it all by saying something stupid like I love you. I love you. I love you.
Okay, I'm gonna need some light, people. There we go. And we have another set change. We're back to the Maiullo, which I enjoyed quite a bit. This next gentleman I'm introducing is a guy named Michael DeLuca. And Michael, after graduating from Amherst, got a BA in chemistry from the University of Buffalo. Then he got, get this is impressive, I want a big ooh here, a PhD in physical chemistry from Yale. Come on. Now he works for Kodak in Rochester. I've already told him his fancy schmancy degree from Yale is doing him no good at Kodak. Do not bring it up. He's very touchy about it. Very touchy. Just let it alone, people. Okay? In Rochester, he sings with the local community orchestra and the local theater group there. While at Amherst, he was in Hello Dolly, had a lead in Hello Dolly, and also played Sky Masterson in Guys and Dolls, which I actually saw when I was in junior high, and was very inspiring. He was really terrific in that. And now here to reprise his role, 25 years later, is that what it is?
Yes, sir.
There you go. From Guys and Dolls, Luck Be a Lady Tonight, Michael DeLuca.
One job I forgot to do.
They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on a date with me, the pickings have been lush. And yet, before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners, you might refuse to stay. And so the best that I can do is pray. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck, if you've ever been a lady to begin with, luck be a lady tonight. Luck, let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. Luck, be a lady with me. A lady wouldn't leave her escort. It isn't fair, it isn't nice. A lady wouldn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady tonight. A lady wouldn't flirt with strangers. She'd have a heart, she'd have a soul. A lady wouldn't make little snake eyes at me when I bet my life on this roll. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady tonight.
Terrific job. I now have another sibling act to introduce to you. And do I need microphones? Do I need lots of microphones out here? No, I'm good? Fantastic. I'm good out here. I'm good. No microphones. Laura, Emily, and Sarah Santilli. Laura from the class of 97. Emily from the class of aught, I guess. And Sarah from the class of aught also. They have been singing together forever, but tonight marks their first public performance, so it's kind of a big deal. Laura played Nellie Forbush here at Amherst in South Pacific. Emily played Hava and Fiddler on the Roof. And I have no information for Sarah. I have some. Sarah went on, and is she still getting her degree, I imagine, or is she graduated? Got it? Fantastic. Congratulations. Bachelor's in Music Education at Ohio State, is that correct?
Yes.
Do I have that right? Emily got a degree in architecture from Syracuse.
Yep.
And her sister Laura, big sister Laura, got a degree from Syracuse also in choral education. Do you like Syracuse? They beat my alma mater every sporting event we ever played. Every single one. Here to sing, I'm going to wash that man right out of my hair, the Santilli sisters. Hello.
Yes, before we start, I'd like to say that thank you to Walter Reitz for setting the foundation that we were able to come in and have a fantastic music program here. And I wanted to say a special thank you to the three of us to Miss Dayton. thank you very much for staying for the three of us. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way. Get the picture? I'm gonna wave that man right out of my arm. I'm gonna wave that man right out of my heart. I'm gonna wave that man right out of my arms and send him on his way. Don't try to patch it up, tear it up, wash it up, dry it up, push it up, fly it up, cancel him and let him go. Yeah, sister, I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way. If the man don't understand you, if you fly on separate beams, waste no time, make a change, ride that man right off your range, rub him out of the roll call and drum him out of your dreams. If you laugh at different comics, if you root for different teams, waste no time, wait no more, show him what the door is for, rub him out of the roll call and drum him out of your dreams. You can't light a fire when the wood's all wet. No. You can't make a butterfly strong. You can't fix an egg when it ain't quite done. And you can't fix a man when he's wrong. You can't put back a petal when it falls from a flower, or sweeten up a feller when he starts turning sour. Oh no, oh no. If his eyes get dull and fishy when you look for glints and gleams, waste no time, make a switch, drop him in the nearest ditch, rub him out of the roll call and drum him out of your dreams. Oh no, oh no. I went and washed that man right out of my hair. I went and washed that man right out of my hair. I went and washed that man right out of my hair and sent him on his way. Shh. I went and washed that man right out of my hair. I went and washed that man right out of my hair. I went and washed that man right out of my hair and sent him on his way.
It's dark. Aha. I was just thinking backstage, some of the people that we know that couldn't be here tonight. Up until recently, another famous Amherst alum, John Shuck, was supposed to be here tonight, but couldn't. When you think of James Whitmore, the name we always heard, James Whitmore went to Amherst. He was Nancy Marchand, who also lost, of course. Miss Kitty from Gunsmoke. And Adelaide. Also, you may have seen a sign out front. Rob Schiller, his name is. Maybe a name that was class of 77. Producer of the TV show King of Queens. You might have heard of the King of Queens. He's the producer of that show. The Burton sisters, you saw them out front. How many kids did they have? If you didn't see their movie, it really was a wonderful film. They also from Amherst. And my partner in the morning on 97 Rock, Rob Lederman, class of 78, really funny comedian. So we've had a lot of great people here from Amherst. But this next performer, I have to actually admit to him publicly now, he was my idol. Because in 1972, it was my first show here in the high school, and it was Fiddler on the Roof. And this guy was just, he was amazing. He was amazing. Peter Steinmetz, in the class of 72. He is currently the director of chorus and choirs at Stratford High School in outside of Houston, Texas. There's, of course, a lot of shows that he was in, but now he runs one of the most successful theater programs in the entire state of Texas. When he was here at Amherst, though, he played Horace Van de Gelder in Hello Dolly, rather, in his junior year. Junior is getting the lead. Didn't you hate him? And then he was Tevye in Fiddler Around the Roof, a show that I always loved. I got to do in community theater, and I always thought of Peter because he did such a great job at it. Tonight, he'll be singing Sunrise, Sunset from Fiddler on the Roof, Peter Steinmetz.
Hey, what do you say we, after tonight's show, we all go down to Baker's Delicatessen, have something to eat?
How about Brothers?
Or maybe, Brothers. Or maybe we could go over to Rabel's. If you don't remember Rabel, maybe you remember the Red Barn. At this time, I'd like to invite to the stage Michael Brennan, president of the class of 1980. Michael?
Thank you very much. Good evening. Do you like the shirt? It still fits. My main claim to fame is that I'm in the same class as Mike DeLuca and Kerstin Stewart who sang Amazing Grace. And we're here tonight to honor Mr. Joseph Pogorski, but before we do that, I would invite you to something else. There's a gentleman in the audience tonight who graduated in the class of 1955. He's celebrating his 50th class reunion. After graduating from Amherst, he went on to become a teacher, came back to Amherst, taught mathematics here, became the chairman of the department, recently retired. He was once the class advisor for the class of 1980, Amherst Golden. I'd ask him to maybe stand at this time so we can all see him. He knows who he is. Ladies and gentlemen, there he is. I want to say, Woody Friedrich, that there is in you character and integrity, something wholesome, good, and decent that has inspired many young people, myself included. And for that, we honor and thank you. Woody Friedrich. I'm going to invite you to something else. I'm going to invite you to a little bit of youthful enthusiasm. We're going to pretend that we're back at the football field in the bleachers. There's a slight breeze. It's one of those crisp fall mornings. You've got the black and orange cheerleaders in front of you, okay? And you're in the audience and you need to do what they say, okay? Pretend I'm one of them. Nice and loud, please. Give me a P. P. Give me an O. O. Give me a D. Give me a G. G. Give me an O. O. Give me an R. R. Give me an S. S. Give me a K. K. Give me an I. I. What's it spell? Pogorski. Louder. Pogorski. Louder. Pogorski. Thank you. I'm not used to being up on stage. I can't see any of you. They've got these lights coming right at me, you know, it's just a black sea out there. Mr. Pogorski, I knew you when you were just a mere vice principal. And I spent a lot of time in your office. Voluntarily. I sought you out. And I can remember coming to your door. Mr. Pogorski, hi, I'm Mike Brennan from the class of 1980. Arbor Day's coming up. We'd like to plant a tree out in front of the school. Can we do it? Sure, Mike. And can I help? Out in front of the school is a 40-foot tall rubrum maple down by the creek. Later, Mr. Pogorski, there's this new game called foosball. The students need more recreational time during the lunch hour. We have this idea that if we put a foosball table in the cafeteria, then the students can get some healthy recreation. A few pointed questions from Mr. Pogorski, and then, sure, Mike, sounds like a great idea, and maybe you can teach me how to play. And so it was that the class of 80 became one of the wealthiest classes Amherst High School has ever seen. A little later, Mr. Pogorski, the foosball table went so well, we'd like to try something new. We'd like to have a rock and roll concert in the gym. Tommy Hambridge has this great band called Footloose. Remember Tommy? He's now a Grammy winner. But Mr. Pogorski, a few more pointed questions at that point with the rock and roll concert, but sure, Mike, and I'd like to be there. And so it was, they had their concert. A little while later, Mr. Pogorski, we're getting a little tired of skiing Kissing Bridge and Holiday Valley. Our class would like to try something new and different. We'd like to go to Vermont for a weekend. Lots of pointed questions about who was sleeping where and what we were going to be drinking. But in the end, after those pointed questions, Mr. Prigorski said, "You know, Mike, I love to ski. Think I could be the chaperone?" And so it was that we went on 2 ski trips to Vermont, junior and senior years with Mr. Prigorski. 5 years ago, at our 20th class reunion, I called Mr. Prigorski again. Ring, ring. Mr. Prigorski, we're thinking of planting another tree out front. Half a dozen of our classmates have died, including my good friend Mark Meyerhofer. No pointed questions. Mike, I'd really like to be there. And so it was that he helped us celebrate that memorial. Mr. Prigorski, you've been there for us through thick and thin. And we are here tonight to acknowledge and honor you. As president of the class of 80, I have some things for you. But before we get to that, I just would like to say that we didn't always call you Mr. Prigorski. I'm going to keep it very clean, but Joe Pod, Uncle Joe, JP, Podman, your name just lends itself to all kinds of permutations. But I have to ask you tonight, where are you, first of all? Mr. Prigorski, I have to ask you tonight, may we call you Joe? Can you help me? Give me a J. J. Give me an O. O. Give me an E. E. What's it spell? Joe. Louder. Joe. Louder. Joe. Isn't that nice? So good to see you. Yeah, you have an inch of it. Let me get my gifts for you, okay? That'll make this easier. I need to drive it on the stage. Why do I not trust them? This is from all the students through the years, but as a representative of the class of 80, I'm going to do it for my class, but it's from all of us. We would like to honor you first by giving you a gift certificate to dinner for 2. It's you can use that at any restaurant. It's the green coupons. You're welcome. Memorial mug from the class of 1980. You just have yours. Would you like one that says Michael Brennan on it? Okay. Just gonna have to keep that. There is something else though that
I really was skeptic about Amber's Golden because the Molson Lion was their symbol.
Yeah. To Mr. Prigorski, for your joyful enthusiasm and contagious smile, for your advocacy, support, and friendship of students, for your quarter century of selfless service to young people, we hereby confer upon you honorary membership in the class of 1980, Amherst Golden.
Thank you much. This was a very special class. You know, I don't say it publicly, but probably my favorite class all the way through, and primarily because I got to know them so well. Because as an assistant principal, you're in charge of student activities, and the 3 years that they were here, because it was grades 10 through 12, I was assistant principal. So I got to know them very, very well. A lot of them personally. And when they had the reunion 5 years ago, I really hated to leave. I was having such a good time. It was just great. Mike, thank you very much.
We're not done. This is something small for over your. Something small for over your fireplace. This is a aerial satellite picture of Amherst Central Hyde, New York. very recent with the new track on it, and we give that to you, and maybe we're going to have this over at the Afterglow. Maybe people would sign it for him.
If I just might say like to say a few words. It's been a great ride, it really has. And I can't think of a better place to spend the greatest part by far of my career. Many of you out there don't know me. I'm sorry, I was going to paraphrase something Bilbo Baggins said in the Lord of the Rings about not knowing half of you as well as I'd like to, but it's really true. There are many people here who graduated prior to my coming, but you left behind a legacy. Both the graduates and the faculty, you left behind a legacy that was easy to follow. You know, I'd like to thank Don Munson and the Board of Education at the time for having the faith in me to appoint me as principal in 1980, and the wonderful support that I've had from the faculty and the community and the graduates now through 2005 has been absolutely outstanding. I can't think of a better place to spend time. I love this place. When I was interviewed for the assistant principal's job, one of the questions that Margaret Maiullo, who was a board vice president, asked me was, what knowledge did I have of tradition? The board was very afraid that someone was going to come to work here and leave. And I said to her and the other board members, I went to Canisius High School and Canisius College. I think I know a little bit about tradition. I had no intentions of leaving. It's been a great career. I just want to say a few things about the music program, too. Amherst has always been known for academics and always been known for athletic prowess, but when people say, well, what's really special about Amherst, I always mention the music program because we have such a phenomenal program and a phenomenal participation rate with over 30% of our students still enrolled in performing groups. So that's a real credit to the school. And Walter and Posey, thank you very much for your contributions, along with all the many other music teachers. Since I've been here, Marcia Hassett, Steve Thomas, Kurt Chase, Craig Incontro. It's been really, really a terrific music program all the way through. And a lot of fun. Even got to play with the band at the winter concert this year, so that was a lot of fun. And a special thanks, not only to class of 80, whom I love dearly, but also to the Alumni Foundation, who made it possible for all of you to be here tonight and possible for you to witness the performance. Sue Fretz and Ann Harding Joyce and Ellen Marshall and all the other people who serve on the board, Bob Lasky. I know I hate doing this because I know I'll leave some people out, so I'll just stop right there. But you have no idea how many hours these people have put in. Ginny Rusk, another one that comes to mind. The amount of time, Marilyn Roll, former president, that these people have put into planning these events and planning these activities. So I'm glad to see such a large house tonight, and I hope everybody goes over to Damon afterwards and enjoys Afterglow. And I hope to see many of the people who graduated since I've been here over there to stop in and say hello. Thanks very much.
One more thing. At this time, I'd like to introduce Dennis Ford, the superintendent of the Amherst Central School District. Dennis?
Thank you. 10 years ago when I came here, I was told an awful lot of stories about the history of performers and performing groups. And for the last 10 years, I've made it a habit of making sure that I've watched our students here on stage, musicians, theater, singing, dancing, and I've always been impressed and I've always been surprised at the talent. But I'll tell you what, I wish I could have seen a film or a movie 10 years ago of what I've seen so far tonight, because it's no surprise where the history and the tradition and the foundation for such an outstanding music program comes from. And it comes from all of you, and I thank you. I will miss Joe, and I'll miss him for some very important reasons.
Joe is one of the people in the district that has been able to provide for me a link to the past. And after watching for the last year and a half the preparations for this weekend, and then observing the activities, observing the excitement, it's obvious that the history of this district made by you is so important, and it's so important to stay connected to it. And with someone who's been here as a principal for 25 years, there couldn't have been a better person to help me along in understanding better what the expectations might be. Our challenges are different in 2005, there is no doubt. Yet we face those challenges with confidence, and the confidence has been built by what you have given to this district and what people like Joe Podgorski have given to this district. Joe is going to receive tonight the traditional portrait, a portrait that will hang in the library of our high school. There have been only 4 principals of our high school, so it's a very short wall. And I actually went up there and looked again today to see if preparations were being made, but Joe's portrait will hang there. This year, the alumni commissioned Joyce Valentine Teach, married to John Teach, class of '63, to paint Joe's portrait. And I think that's going to be brought out now. Congratulations, Joe, you've earned it. And to all of you, enjoy the rest of your weekend.
I get all the scene changes and all the sibling acts, apparently. I don't want to rain on everybody's parade, but I have a charming memory about Principal Podgorski. When he suspended me for 2 days my senior year, he was sweet about it. He was really nice about it. And be sure I'll see you at the afterglow, Principal. Those gifts are from all the students except one. He really was very nice. He was very nice about it. And I thought at the end of my life, he was very nice about it. I'm here now to introduce Joanna Bach, who's from the class of 04, class of 4. Yeah, you clap. Someone out there wants to clap. Joanna is a sophomore at Notre Dame right now. That's Regis Philbin's alma mater. And she's a vocalist there for the jazz band, which is her all-consuming passion. While she was here at Amherst, she played Hope Harcourt in Anything Goes, and she played the Goddess of Love in Once on This Island, which I maintain has an all-black cast. So it must not have been, when it would have been weird here at Amherst. Here to sing Let's Fall in Love, Joanna Bach. Joanna Bach.
Concealing, I don't know why.
Before we continue tonight, I want to thank two very special people who have been doing a lot tonight. The people in the pit. Essentially, our pit orchestra. I want to invite them to stand up. First of all, is Debbie Overton. Debbie. And from the high school music faculty, Steve Thomas. This next performer I am going to introduce, I am thrilled to do so because I essentially was one of his idols as a person in the junior high school at the time, and coming over here to see Don star in a couple of shows. First of all, I believe 1964, when you played a role in Little Abner, and I'll never forget the song Jubilation Tea Corn Pone. It's just one of those names you can never forget. And then in 1965 in The Music Man. Just one of the great performers here at Amherst High School. Don is a 1965 grad of Amherst High School. And is a graduate of Ithaca College, made his Broadway debut in 1971, has appeared at Studio Arena Theater and on various television shows as well. He has sung at the Kennedy Center's July 4th concert and is still a card-holding equity actor. Don is celebrating his 27th year as an invested cantor. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome one of the greats. Here is Don Kroll.
Hello, folks. We're into the concert. First, though, folks, we'll pause for a mo. No, folks, you'll still get your jollies. It's just they got a problem, and I think they should know. You see, I'm very disturbed of late, very upset, very betwixt and between. The things that I want, I don't seem to get. The things that I get, you know what I mean? I've got those. God, why don't you love me? Oh, you do. I'll see you later. Blues. That long as you ignore me, you're the only thing that matters. Feeling that if I'm good enough for you, you're not good enough. And thank you for the present, but what's wrong with it stuff? Those don't come any closer, cause you know how much I love you. Feelings. Those tell me that you love me, or you did. I gotta run now. Margie, come on. My mistress, Margie. She says she really loves me. I love you. She says she really cares. I care. She says that I'm her hero. My hero. She says I'm perfect. She swears. You're perfect. God damn it. She says that if we parted, she says that she'd be sick. She says she's mine forever. She says I gotta get out of here quick. I've got those. Whisper how I love you, but I know that I love you too. Blues. Those why do you keep telling me I stink when I adore you? Feeling. You say I'm all the world to you, you're out of your mind. I know there's someone else, but I can kiss you behind. Those you say I'm terrific, but your taste was always rotten. Feelings. Those go away, I need you. Come to me, I'll kill you. Darling, I'll do anything to keep you with me till you tell me that you love me. Oh, you did, then mean it, will ya? Sally! My wife, Sally. Sally! Come on. Sally! See? She says she loves another. She says a fella she prefers. Furs. She says that he's her idol. Ideal, she affirms. You deal. Affirms. She says that anybody. She says would suit her more than I. She says that I'm a washout. washout. She says, I love her so much I could die. I've got those. God, why don't you love me? Oh, you do. I'll see you later. Blues. Woo-hoo-hoo. As long as you ignore me, you're the only thing that matters. Feeling. If you're not enough, you're not good enough. And thank you for the present, but what's wrong when it's not? Those don't come any closer, cause you know how much I love you. Feelings. Those, if you will, then I can. If you won't, then I got it. Give it to me, I don't want it. If you won't, I gotta have it. High, low, wrong, right, yes, no, black, white. Tell me that you love me, oh you do, I'll see you later. Blues.
All right, are you having fun? All right, just two more performers, and I'm happy to say they're both from the class of 1974. Okay, so they're not all here, okay. We all had great times, those of us who were in the shows here on the stage, and we was thanking Mr. Reitz. I was going to thank him as well, but I just found out there's no such thing as third base. I sang that first base, second base, third base. I sat in the back there waiting all those years to sing. It's just there to fill a seat, I think. But thank you, Mr. Reitz, and also Mr. Mort Clayman, too, who's always so instrumental in all the shows. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun. Our final two performers, like I said, are both from my class of 74. Cheryl Stern graduated from Northwestern University, has been in off-Broadway and Broadway shows. She has performed in national touring companies, on television, at Studio Arena, and even Carnegie Hall. She just finished a new movie. She lives in New York City, and she asked me not to tell the song because there's a little story about the song that I'll let her tell you. Cheryl Stern.
Hello, Dolly on this very stage, and from that moment onward, I knew exactly what was the most important thing in my entire life: to play the lead in the Amherst operetta my senior year. And everything was going along very well. I was selected into the Sweet 16s my sophomore year, and I was thrilled, mainly because I got to stand next to Cindy Miller and sing on this stage, and it was all too exciting for me. And I got to be in Fiddler on the Roof and dance in that very aisle, tradition, while Cindy Miller, with beautiful Peter Steinmetz, played Golden. And junior year, I was in the chorus again, but I didn't mind. I was in the aisle doing Many a New Day. I didn't care because I knew next year was my year. And then I got elected to be the director of Sweet 16s, an honor that I never in a million years thought would be bestowed upon me. And I was so proud and happy all fall conducting On a Wonderful Day Like Today, I'll be glad, I'll be glad. Oh my God, I was beside myself because I knew spring was coming, the musical was coming. And then they announced, as you all know now, Finian's Rainbow was the musical that year. And it tells the story of a wonderful Irish girl named Sharon McLonaghan and her father Finian, who traveled to America, and along the way they encounter a leprechaun with a pot of gold, and it's got a wonderful score. And my mother, who was always and still is my biggest champion, rushed me to Ulbricht's to get the very last copy of Finian's Rainbow in the entire city of Buffalo, the LP, as we recall those things, those classic things. I went home every day after school and practiced the big hit song from that show. How are things in Glacamora? Is that little brook still weeping there? Over and over and over. How are things in Glacamora? How are things in Glacamora? Everybody was sick to death of it. Finally, the auditions came, and I stood out there in room 602 in front of the whole choir, and Ann Paolini was at the piano, and I began. How are things in Glacamora? Is the little brook still weeping there? Everything was twitching and shaking. I was a wreck. But I got through it, and I thought, oh well, they know I can do it. The day before before Christmas, as was tradition, the cast list is announced outside of room 602. And I can still see Doug Wolf standing on a box, reading the cast list off. And he said, in the role of Finian, Larry Norton. Thunderous applause. In the role of the Senator, Mark Bergasser. Thunderous applause. And in the role of Sharon McLonergan. I'm flipping my hair back. Ready for it. It's coming. In the role of Sharon McLonergan, Sharon Schlarf. Not Cheryl Stern, Sharon Schlarf. I froze. I absolutely froze. When I finished freezing, I fell to my knees in a puddle of tears. My dear friend Lori Krieger dragged me over to that stairwell out there, where I proceeded to cry for like 10 minutes. My life is over. I'm never coming back. I'm never coming back after Christmas break. It's too embarrassing. I'm never performing again. My life is over. Well, clearly my life was not over. But I did come back to school. And thanks to wonderful Walter Reitz and wonderful Mort Clayman, I was made the assistant director of Finian's Rainbow. And I didn't see it as such an amazing opportunity then, but as an adult, I know that it was an invaluable opportunity because I got to sit on the other side of the footlights and see all the wonderful elements that have to come together to make a musical happen, and that's the theater. It's a collaborative art form, and you don't always get the lead, and it's about, a lot of times, being a team player. So from the bottom of my heart, I do thank Walter Reitz and Mort Clayman for that amazing opportunity. And as an actress and a writer and a director sometimes these days, I know how really important that all was. That being said, when I got the call from Lovely Posey to come tonight and sing at this gala, I could not pass up the opportunity to sing that song on this stage, this one. So, after 31 years, here it goes. I hear a bird, glockamore a bird. It well may be it's bringing me a cheering word. I hear a breeze, a river shining breeze. It well may be it's followed me across the sea. So tell me, please, how are things in Glockamora? Is that little brook still leaping there? Does it still run down to Donny Cove, through Killingbeg, Kilkerry, and Kildare? How are things in Glockamora? Is that willow tree still weeping there? Does the laddie with the twinkling eye come whistling by? And does he walk away sad and dreamy there, not to see me there? So I ask each weeping willow and each brook along the way, and each lad that comes a-whistling to how are things in Glockamora this fine day?
That was wonderful. See, now, you never heard of the show Finian's Rainbow before, and now you're going to run out. I got to play the title role, and that, as I said, luckily it was a role that you couldn't sing it, luckily. In fact, I was supposed to sing one word in it. I couldn't even sing that on key. But thanks to Mr. Reitz and to Emeritus for all the fun years we had here. We have just one performer left. Like I said, it's also from the class of 1974, and Cheryl referred to Mark, who was also in that same show, and in the other shows we did. He had a big role, as I recall, in Oklahoma as well, too, wasn't it? Yeah. Mark Burgasser, class of 74, performs in opera, musical theater, cabarets. He's been seen on stage at the Schenectady Light Opera, the Albany Park Playhouse, at Studio Arena, at Shays, and Art Park. And tonight he'll be singing Almost Like Being in Love from Brigadoon. Please welcome Mark Burgasser.
I've got a little bit of a story, not quite as long as Cheryl's, but bear with me. The year was 1966. I was in 4th grade, and my parents said, we're going to Emeritus High School to see the operetta, Brigadoon. It was the first show I ever saw. It changed my life. And that's why I'm doing this song. Maybe the sun gave me the power, for I could swim like Logan and be home in half an hour. Maybe the air gave me the drive, for I'm all aglow and alive. What a day this has been, what a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All of this music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling. I could swear you were calling. It's almost like being in love. When we walked up the lane to that halftime refrain, it was almost like being in love. With your arm linked in mine, made the world kind of fine. It was almost like being in love. All of the music of life, it seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could swear I was falling. I could swear you all were calling. It's almost like being in love.
What did you think of all night? We do good. I want to invite all the performers up on stage, and at this time, maybe if we can bring the house lights up too. And as they come up, give them one more big round of applause and work hard. Posey, you too. Come on. Walter, Reitz, come on up. In fact, many of the faculty who are here, if you'd like to come up and join us. I know Mr. Hughes is here and Mr. Friedrich. We're going to sing our alma mater. It is on the back of your program, so please, and teach it to your family, your loved ones who didn't go here, but they should know this one too. Center for a great party. We're going to have some fun and some more memories to share. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. God bless you all. Thanks for coming tonight.